Okay, wonderful. Just to install a game, you first off have to create a you have to install rather the software which you need to run the game. So, for example, if you're playing Black Ops 2, you'd have to download it on Steam. Or if you're playing a game like Star Wars Battlefront 2, that's on Origin, I believe, as well as Sims 4, um, Battlefront, Battlefield rather. My mistake. So it's just really important you make sure you install the platform it's on, which is what I'm doing right now, and I'll be back as soon as it's installed. Okay, as soon as you've signed into your account, you just have to put your username and password if you don't have an account already. Then you just simply go onto the Origin website, and then you click download. Let's see if I can get one up, just to show you. Okay, it's a big part of it is to buy the game as well. So here you go. This is just the Origin website. From here, you can get free games, you can get Origin access, or you can go on here and then you can buy a game for whatever price is. This is an add-on for the game, which is extremely steep, but that's how I make my money for this game. Okay, wonderful. All right, so recent games. So this is my character, my account, Noodle King. It's the one I had a very long time ago. I've got a few different games on here. I've got things like The Sims 4, Battlefield 4, and Titanfall. So I'm just going to install Sims 4 because I want to play it later. So what you do is click it. Okay, and it's going to come up with a few different options you have to go through. This is the file size. So it's 12.83 gigabytes. So this is a relatively large download, not as large as some of the other ones. There's a few other options you can go through here. I'm just going to go through them from top to bottom. Okay, so the install location. This is an obvious one. You just choose a location which has enough space to install. And depending on how much you care about the loading speed, you can either install it on a SSD, which is a C drive, and the E drive R. These are both SSDs, or you can install it on the D drive, which is a 1 TB hard drive I have. So I don't really care about the speed, so I'm just going to select the D drive for my installation. Direction is invalid. Wonderful. So I just basically all you have to do here is you can go to the D drive. You can make a new folder called folder, which named is Sims 4. You select a folder, select a folder again. There you go. That's it. That's basically what it is. Is it needs for some installations. Sometimes you don't need it, especially for Steam, where it automatically creates a folder for you to save it into. With Sims 4, well, with Origin, you have to give it a unique folder for it to go into. You can't just save it to a direct drive. You have to do a folder inside a drive. Okay, so I do not want a desktop shortcut or a menu shortcut, and I'll install the additional content. You can do this inside the game. This is just free, but you can pay for more. Uh, and this is really important that you have to choose somewhere which has enough space for the additional content. If not, you'll be a bit buggered when you want to download, I don't know, take your sim to work or whatever the download update thingy DLC is. You press next. Okay, this is important. You need to download these. These are APCs which are very incredibly important. So Microsoft Visual C++. This is just it allows the game to access your driver for your um, graphics card. So without ticking yes, the game will not be able to run, um, which is a bummer. But it's very important just to download these additional APIs. You just press next, and then you can see here it starts to install. I haven't got that fast. Some download speed, it's only 3 MB. That varies depending on where you live, depending on the provider you're with, and depending on the package you have. Um, it also depends on what the how active the network is. If there's lots of people on the network, it's tend to go a lot slower because there's going to be a lot more traffic on the network. So that's an important thing to keep into keep into consideration, and how far away you live from your hub. So I don't live that far away, but I live fair enough, but I'm only limited to about 4 megabytes a second. Okay, so that's just going to download there for you, and then that's everything you need to do for installing a game. When it runs, it's going to come up with a few options. Um, It's just going to have things like choose your specific settings you want to go for. Obviously, as I've demonstrated before or shown briefly on the experience, the GeForce experience, it automatically gives you the most uh, advanced and most recommended settings for your driver, for your card rather. So you can see here I've done this, so it's set it to all the very highest because this is a fairly old game and I've got a fairly new driver, new card rather. And that's everything you need to know for installing a game. Obviously, you can change the settings. I'll just demonstrate with a different game. I'll demonstrate with Overwatch. Oh, I might have an update. Let's have a look. If it doesn't have an update, play now. Okay, it doesn't have an update. Okay, as you can see here, there's another region. So you can just change a region, as you briefly saw before it went full screen. You can change a region. So I don't know why you want to change the region. Maybe you find people too easy in Europe. You might want to change to a more advanced one. Okay. Okay, shift plus and then never mind. Shift plus. There you go. So there you go. So you can clearly see the play button. So that works like that. And then you can change it in the options setting, gameplay, and then you can change it and any video settings you want to change. So say you have a low quality display, or you want to change your visual settings, you want to change your VSync so you can get more than 60 frames a second. You can change all of this in the options. It's completely customizable depending on the game you're playing. But as soon as it's downloaded, you're set basically because you're very unlikely to find any problems with it.